Hello everyone, so welcome to the very first state tutorial on RAG. Today we are going to learn the basic concepts of RAG and how RAG is implemented to solve the real world business problem needs. So RAG stands for Retrieval-Augmented Generation, and it is a process that augments means that aids information retrieval to the LLM generation. So see the definition of RAG. So retrieval augmented generation, which is called as RAG, combines information retrieval with LLM generation. So it's the basic definition, that is the definition is in the name itself. Now instead of relying only on model memory, the system retrieves information from external knowledge source and injects them into prompt context. Remember this, injects them into prompt context before LLM generation. So what RAG does is, instead of relying only on model memory, for example, different LLM models like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, they have their model memory based on which they give their answers. But here what we do is we will have our external knowledge source, our business specific knowledge data, and we first search or retrieve information from our business data and injects and combine the data into the prompt context before generation. Got it, right? So what it does is this improves factual accuracy. So this would improve the accuracy related to business questions, and then reduces hallucinations. We have a term hallucinations, which means the model would be giving or hallucinating the false answers, right? We will call this as guardrails control, meaning to prevent the hallucination refers to guardrails control, and then gives domain specific answers, and also works with changing business or enterprise data. So since our RAG system first queries to our business data, so it would be able to work on changing business data. So there are different core components in RAG. We will see them one by one. So what are the core components of RAG? The first one is RAG itself, which stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation, and the second component would be the vector databases. So vector databases like Face and Pinecoin would be there to make a RAG system. The third one would be embeddings. Embeddings stand for word vectors, and the next one would be chunking. Chunking is to split the documents. Chunking meaning splitting the documents. The next one would be retriever. Retriever fetch the relevant documents. So retriever to fetch the relevant documents, and then there will be the generator, which we call LLM, which will give us the final answer. Now we have to understand the RAG flow, how the RAG system is implemented in a flow. So talking about the RAG flow, first the user queries the database. First the user gives his query to the LLM, right? So user query would be converted to embeddings. Embeddings are the word vectors where each word is plotted in a 2D or multi-dimensional space corresponding to their vectors, and we then search the vector databases. So user query would be converted into embeddings, and then our vector databases would have our business data. So the user's question, for example, when will be my salary increase? That question is the domain specific question, and we put all our data in vector databases. We put all our domain specific data in vector databases. So user query would be searched in a vector databases. So vector database would give us some answer, and so we find the keyword of those answers, and we retrieve relevant chunk, means useful keyword from that answer, and then we send that answer to the LLM. So prompt, we inject that into a prompt context, so we send it to LLM. Now the LLM would be giving us the grounded answer, because we have first searched our business data and we had used some keywords of our business data. So the LLM will be now giving us the grounded answer. So this way the RAG system works. Now we will move on to the coding part or to the project part.